Hisham is lost for words. She laments while inspecting what's left of her hard labor and that of her late husband, now uprooted and broken. It was early in the morning when the Jbaras checked on their freshly planted olive trees. Their plot of land is on the fringes of their village Turmos Ayya near Ramallah. They did so after some villagers saw Israeli soldiers and settlers move around the night before in the area. The whole family watches in disbelief. Nearly 200 trees, now nothing more than firewood.
Trees are the most precious of all, and these were planted by my late husband. He died 2 weeks ago. Every time we came here, we remembered him and his hard labour.
Several illegal Israeli settlements and outposts encroach on their village Turmos Ayya. The largest Shiloh was established in 1979, and residents say Israeli settlers have attacked the town many times. That's why Hisham has no doubt who uprooted her trees.
I accuse the settlers. Who else? The settlers in Shiloh.
Sumayya, the daughter, couldn't hide her outrage. She tells me that out of fear, people in Turmos Ayya do most of their planting on Saturdays, when settlers are observing the Sabbath.
We come here and we are afraid. We leave our business and home so we can come, plant and leave together, all out of fear from settlers. We feel like thieves, sneaking in our own land.
Aside from their immediate economic loss, the Jbara's feeling of helplessness is now deeply entrenched. When tensions rise in the West Bank, it's villages like this one bordering Israeli settlements that first feel the heat. There's a long history here, one that is bitter and full of mistrust. That's why the residents of Turmos Ayya believe they're not an exception, they're just an example. And the Israeli human rights organization Yesh Din agrees.
There is a major gap between the dictated policy of Israeli authorities and the facts on the ground. The reality is that these incidents are not decreasing. In fact, they're increasing.
The Israeli army did not respond to our requests for information, but the army says it investigates these incidents, although Israeli human rights organizations say the Israeli army and police are not doing enough to prevent these incidents or punish the attackers.
When it comes to the uprooting and chopping of olive trees and damaging to olive trees and any harassment related, there is a 100% failure in law enforcement against settlers who commit these crimes. Overall, the figures are only slightly better.
Meanwhile, just like in Turmos Ayya, villagers across the West Bank take their chances and try to live their lives hoping they won't have to wake up to losses like the one the Jbara family had to endure. Nour Odeh, Al Jazeera, Turmos Ayya.